Hello and welcome back. In the last video, we looked at some examples of qualitative data. In this video, we're going to look at where that data exists in the world. Now, some research textbooks talk about researchers having their own unique conception of reality, or their own ontology. One of the advantages of my approach is that I don't think researchers need, nor do I think they benefit from claiming to have their own unique ontology. I'm going to talk about the reasons for that in a future video. But it's still worthwhile seeing where qualitative data fits in the world. So let me sketch out a picture of the world. But don't worry, I think it's a picture you're going to be very familiar with. We live in a world where there are physical objects that we can all potentially perceive. We also have our own conscious lives that only individual people directly experience. Regardless how much time someone spends with me or how many questions they ask me, they still cannot see my thoughts. Other people have their own mental lives, their own experiences, and see the world from their own perspectives. While we share a world with other people, we can never directly access another person's conscious experience. However, we're not trapped in a solitary world, totally shut off from other people. Luckily, there are a range of objects and items that reflect and communicate the mental lives of other people. These items arise from people's behaviors, including representations of their actions, their speech acts, and objects that they create. All of the examples of qualitative data that I identified in the previous video would be items that ultimately arise from people's actions and behaviors. There's also a range of items that arise from the combined actions of people. We could think of an orchestra performance, or a game of football, or the workings of a political institution. Epistemology is the branch of philosophy that addresses questions about the status of our knowledge claims and the limits of our knowledge. Some qualitative research textbooks talk about qualitative researchers having their own unique epistemologies. I don't think that researchers require unique epistemologies in order to pursue different types of research projects with qualitative data. Rather, I propose that the view of knowledge that underpins and gives value to the use of qualitative data is that, although we cannot directly access other people's consciousness, by studying the objects and items created by people, we can learn some aspects about how they know, understand, and live in the world. I appreciate that this basic picture of the world that I present here can raise a range of interesting philosophical questions and debates. Rather than targeting these philosophical issues as specific research projects or individual researchers, as implied in some textbooks, these philosophical questions about our everyday conception of the world arise similarly for both quantitative and qualitative research. While this conception of the world has led to centuries of philosophical debate, it's a picture that people commonly accept and rely on in their everyday lives. It explains why you would talk to a friend or listen to this video. You'd think that the noises that I'm making reflect something about how I know or how I feel in my conscious experience. I also think it's a conception that underlies most, if not all, qualitative research projects. This is the world that researchers, including those using qualitative data, work and live in. In fact, as we'll see, this conception points to the unique and crucial contribution that qualitative research can make to our understanding of our world. Having identified a special collection of objects and items that result from people's actions and behaviors, in the next video, I'll propose a definition of qualitative data. Thanks again for watching.